Okay, now we're walking into Brandon Country Park. Oana hasn't seen the Mausoleum.
No.
Oana's got a thing about places where they put dead people, haven't you?
It's the Transylvanian blood.
It is. Eddie, it's almost, she's trying to do your laugh there, I think.
Oh, not quite there.
Yeah.
Not quite there.
It was kind of semi-maniacal, but not the full Monty. Right, let's go this way and you can avoid Poochie then. Oh, God. Oh, you are a tough person. Yeah? I was here last time with you, wasn't I?
Yeah. Which way? Left.
Well, it doesn't look like it's... Is it open? Oh, it is. There we go. No doggies allowed.
No?
I'll hold on to Poppy. Go and get coffees.
Mm.
Have you got... It's a bit of a social apartheid here, Eddie.
I know.
Apparently doggies are not acceptable creatures. Especially when they're called Poppy. I'm going to go and sit over there. Come on. Come on, Pops. We have a problem here. Poppy has got a thing about the ducks.
She's not allowed to think about anything.
Hi, duckies.
Would that be
Look at these guys here. I don't want... Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm not going to disturb you. Hey, boys, come on. Nope, they don't want to talk. Well, not to me anyway. Oh, they're all chasing the girl. Oh well, I'll let them get on with their mating rituals. There's about 8 of them chasing a girl. And what about you, Poppy? And who are you after today?
anything really?
Right, okay, this is Brandon Park Pond. Let's go this way, Eddie. I want to show the... Yeah, and the terrapins are going to be found in these reeds, if we can see them. Apparently there's 3 terrapins here, Eddie, is that right?
There is indeed. I've seen them all together.
This pond could do with a serious clean out.
When you get there, they're just like 3 little clumps.
It's a little bit overgrown, isn't it? This is quite a lovely pond actually, and it's actually sat on the top of a slope, so one part of it is dammed to stop the water, otherwise it would just literally flow all the way down a hill, as you'll see as we round the next corner. Yeah, and Poppy's triggered by squirrels. You probably can't see here, but there's a couple of, well, it looks like Canada geese. And in the far background is the actual house that was built in the park. I think it's a neoclassical property that dates to, I think it's about the early part of the 19th century. Isn't it beautiful? And look at the view it has across the pond. Isn't it something? Sadly today the house itself is a convalescent home and has nothing to do with the rest of Brandon Park, which is administered by Suffolk County Council. So we're literally standing at the top of a slope. So this is the edge of a dam, and if we look around you can see how it slopes down into the forest. I'd say by standing here you can actually see that this is down because we're literally looking, we're on top of a slope.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so we've got this dam wall.
That looks pretty.
But isn't this beautiful, that house? Look at the house.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yeah. It is gorgeous.
And it's now a convalescent home.
Mm.
A couple of Canada geese there, look. They're pretty nasty beasts actually. They're quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Very defensive. I got a nest round the corner. Just round the corner there, I got a nest.
Well, the ducks are preoccupied with themselves. It's that time of the year, isn't it? And we just walk around the edge of the pond. Oh, I'm glad they put that sign up. Look, it's thin ice, so we'd best not go on the water.
And keep dogs out of the lake. There's
Yeah.
no chance of puppy.
Yeah, there's no chance of
There's no
Poppy
chance
going
of
in
her
there.
getting in. Look at the exact same flowers that we have.
No, they're not the same, but they're similar. They're different species. There, you can see how they're flowered.
Oh,
She's referring to this beautiful bloom here.
I thought they were like ours.
No, ours is different. Ours is a member of the rhubarb family.
Really?
Yeah. So you can imagine from the big house that His Lordship might want to come down here at the end of the day and have a little row on the pond. Not very big really, I hasten to add, but it has got a landing stage. But as you can see, it's rather overgrown in parts. It certainly needs a good clean out. But like everything else, will it ever be cleaned out? Doesn't seem likely in the foreseeable future. Right, now, should we go to the Mausoleum, which is down here? Oh, look, honey, look. The American redwood.
yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is stunning.
Do you want to hug it?
Yes.
Go and hug it. I hugged it last time. Give me the dog.
No, I'll keep her because she's so close. Come to her.
See the squirrel.
She's triggered. Yeah, we got a problem with Poppy. She is triggered by squirrels.
Let's hug it because look.
Go and hug it. Isn't that a beautiful tree?
Yeah.
I hugged it last time.
Look, others have done it.
Yeah, lots of people. Look, you can see by the abrasions of the bark that people have been hugging this tree.
If you look straight up there now, you know, with the camera, it looks pretty stunning.
It's huge. It is absolutely massive. And unfortunately, when you see it on camera, you just cannot get that perspective.
No.
But it is massive. I mean, we are talking twice the normal girth of any tree that you find in the UK, unless they're about 600 years old.
Yeah.
And here's a monkey puzzle. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, monkey puzzle.
I love those trees.
And they're called monkey puzzles because the growth look like the tails of monkeys.
Yeah.
And the puzzle is, where are all the monkeys gone?
And look how they grow in
Yeah.
circular, perfect lines. Look.
Yep. You don't often see monkey puzzles this big,
I haven't.
wasn't it?
One of the ones that through there is what I call a fertility tree.
This one?
Yeah, I know 3 people who have actually hugged it and they've become pregnant.
Really?
Unless you want
You want me to hug it?
I think that's the fertility bit there.
Okay, I'll hug it.
Go on then.
Look here, look here.
No, there's one round the corner. Oh, and there's another one there.
It's the fertility tree.
Okay. Let's hug.
Oana is hugging the fertility tree. Oh, Poppy's dragging me away. Look at this. Look.
I know.
Look.
Look at that! Oh, it's a worm! Oh my!
That's a slow worm.
Snake!
No, it's a baby
Oh,
grass
don't
snake.
touch it,
Is it?
please.
Yeah, it's a baby grass snake.
Poppy, no.
Don't touch
That
it,
is
please.
beautiful.
Look at this. This is a baby grass snake. Are you sure? That, yes, yeah, you're right. It is.
Yellowhood.
I
Yeah.
have a phobia of snakes.
Have you? Oh there.
She's got a thing about snakes.
Can we go?
Grass snakes won't hurt you because they ain't got no teeth.
I don't want to stay here.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
It's obviously a snake's nest somewhere.
No, you're perfectly safe. Come on.
Oh.
Oana does not like snakes. They're beautiful creatures. That's only a baby. That's not going to hurt you.
Oh my god, it's
And
not gonna
grass
be a
snakes
big
can't
one.
kill you. It's the adders, the ones that
It's
can
gonna be
bite.
a big one around as well.
Well, considering how many eggs that they lay, there'd be quite a few.
Can we go?
No, you're safe here.
Go in the car.
No, we're safe here. You're not going to see any more snakes. I've never seen a snake here, okay? Anyway, Oana's got a fixation about snakes. This is the Mausoleum, Edward Bliss's Mausoleum. Edward Bliss was the guy who became Lord of the Manor in 1820. He died in 1845, and when it was sold in 1903, the remains were removed to St Peter's Churchyard in Brandon. So this is rather tragic. I covered it last time we did an investigation here, but for those of you that haven't seen it in daylight at least, let's have a wander around with the camera. And there is the Bliss logo. Excuse me. This is the Bliss logo in wrought iron. This is a beautiful gate actually. Inside it's completely empty. It's quite a nice porch. And the stonework, you see there's lots of flint work here. This is in tribute to the flint knappers of Brandon. This is the kind of work, this rough stonework, that the flint knappers used to do, and for centuries. Initially making arrows, and then in later years making the flints for firearms. And then, of course, during that period, they also produced many flints which were cut and used in building work. I mean, look at these flints here. Aren't they absolutely superb? Real craftsmanship. Have a look at these flints. Have a look at the flints here. They're really attractive. Look how beautifully cut they are. This was done by Brandon craftsmen.
Wow, look at that.
Aren't they beautiful?
That is beautiful.
And look around this window. This lancet window. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Let's wander around the corner. More of this beautiful flint napping. I mean, look at this wall. Isn't it superb?
That is beautiful.
This is real Suffolk craftsmanship here.
They really did a good job. Really good. I've never seen them so organized.
And the use of flints like this was certainly introduced to us by the Romans after they invaded, and it persevered all the way through the medieval period, and even today flint work is used in some construction, and the whole building is literally enshrouded by flint work. This is beautiful, isn't it? What is it? What we saw a baby snake. What is it about snakes you hate?
I just hate snakes. I have a phobia of snakes. I can't say what it is. I just have a phobia about snakes and worms.
Here.
Don't. What's?
No, it's not a snake. Don't worry.
I was telling him that I feel like I have snakes all over me, and he says, "Oh, don't worry. They won't hurt you much." I said, "Thank you. That really helped."
I'm trying to make you laugh.
Is that wicked? Is that wicked laugh, Eddie? Isn't it?
And I was successful. I made you laugh.
Yeah, you did. And now I make you cry. Oh God.
I love snakes.
Are you feeling better now?
No. I'm hiding my fear under laughter.
Oh
Smiles.
right, okay.
Oh, sweets.
Yeah.
Have you known some people aren't very bright? They laugh a lot.
I know. Well, I'm not very bright at the moment.
Oh, you're not very bright. Okay. Look at the golden colours in the trees. Look,
That is very cool. That tree.
there are some beautiful trees in this park. Look at the forest. So pure, so beautiful. All this fresh growth that comes up in the spring and eventually falls as brown leaves at the end of the season in September, October, when the frosts come. But until then, we have this beautiful vista to enjoy of these wonderful colours, these shades of yellow and green. And it's so peaceful here. And there's the mausoleum. This really is a really special place. I'll leave the other two behind for a minute. Just have one wander through here. As you can see, amongst the wooded glades are many pathways through the forest. There's another one here, trackway there. And we have another trackway through there, as you can see. And yet a further trackway up there as well. So we're literally at a crossroad of trackways. And this leads to Brandon Park Heath. Apparently it's home to heather, lichens, lizard, butterflies and many species of birds, including woodlarks. This open heathland is an example of how the local landscape would have looked when the Bliss family lived at Brandon Park House during the 19th century. Obviously land before they built the trees. It's basically a very sandy, grass-covered heathland with the odd shrubs here or there. But nonetheless, they're quite historic and rare because all of that land has been replaced with these forests. And just like life, trees live here, grow, and then sadly they pass over eventually. And they've left these trees to lie on the ground to rot quietly because they also provide habitat for a variety of animals. And apparently snakes. Apparently there's a sign up there that says if you follow it, they've got a fantastic collection of snakes down there.
Yeah, we're going now. We are going now.
And they are added with heath.
Yes, they got.
Oh, no, that was just, I felt something.
But that's on the heath.
Oh, Eddie, what have you done to her?
This was on the heath.
Oh, let's go.
She's got a fixation about snakes. Okay, you're quite safe actually.
No, not safe.
Snakes are notoriously shy creatures.
Well, I wasn't that shy, was I?
Well, because he was caught in the open as he was trying to cross the footpath.
And Poppy, who has absolutely no sense of danger, she would literally play with a cobra if she could.
And why not?
Now this is where he was. Don't do any jokes or something. Oh, that was a stick. Oh,
Here we are, Wellingtonia, giant redwood, the one you hugged.
yes. Can
Named
live between 3 to
after
4,000 years. Can live between 3 to 4,000 years.
I know, it's amazing, isn't
One of
it?
the oldest living trees.
Specimens weigh 2,000 tonnes. Are not unknown. Size by volume, living organism. It's the biggest living organism on Earth. An evergreen conifer reaching 174 feet in Britain. One Californian specimen, known as General Sherman, is 83.3 metres tall, with roughly 275 feet.
To give you an idea, that's Big Bang,
Yep,
and that's the tallest recorded.
yep. And this is the Brandon Park specimen to the right. So you've got here, you've got the tallest one recorded to the left, obviously Big Ben in the middle, and on the right you have Brandon Park, Wellingtonia, which is pretty darn big. Anyway, let's go. It is a beauty. Are you impressed with that?
Very much.
Let's go along the duck orgy path.
There's a squirrel. There's
Oh, squirrel, yeah, Poppy. Poppy is now. Poppy is triggered now, look. There's that horrible squirrel there with his little grey fluffy tail. Poppy, let me take Poppy. She is totally triggered by squirrel.
No, I got her. It's okay. It's okay.
Poppy is triggered by squirrel.
This is Poppy taking me for a walk.
And little squirrel's going to be up the tree, Poppy, laughing at you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's up the tree somewhere. Obviously requires an investigation by Poppy.
Yeah.
Right, let's go before she gets really mad. Oh, look at this! There's three boys chasing one girl here. Oh, there go the geese.
They're so happy.
Oh, they're swearing.
Oh, they're hissing.
Yeah, they're swearing. Hey, no need to swear at me. I'm not chasing after you.
I know the reason why.
I wouldn't go too close.
Oh. Hi, boys and girls. They're not very sociable because I haven't got any bread. They don't want to know me. She's chasing them. Oh, must be something there. Those dogs are spotted poppy. Which way do we go now? Oh, through here.
I'll show you a fun tree, should I?
A what?
Fun tree.
What is
A
that?
fun tree.
A fun tree.
Fun tree.
Fun. Yeah.
Funny tree.
Got Peter. It's a really good one.
I mean, there's another beautiful specimen tree here. Look at that fir tree.
Mandarin's back there.
Yeah.
What?
Mandarin's back.
Oh yes, look at that little bird there. Look.
I know, she's seen it. I don't want her to.
What a beautiful. I mean, I daren't take the camera any closer,
Very young one, that one.
but it's got a fantastic plume of feathers on the back of its head. But look at this specimen tree here. Isn't this massive?
Have a rest on that.
Oh yeah, and the Indian horse chestnut. Yes, this is a lovely place, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Really do.
And we're coming up to the house, which is out of bounds to us visitors today. It's a convalescent home.
I bet the branches on that one, Chris.
I know it's massive.
Fun tree.
Look at this tree for the size of its branches. This is one big fellow, isn't it? Let's have another view of Brandon Country Park, the house itself. I'm going to extend the camera so you can get a much better view. Isn't that a beautiful house? The architecture is wonderful. I mean, obviously to the left this is a modern extension because it has been turned into an old people's home. I should imagine it's very expensive. It's a lovely house though.
I'd love to go on in there every day. I know that it's really, really haunted.
Well, Eddie, if I take you in there and tell them that you're insane and you're in need of convalescent treatment, they'll take you in.
I don't think I mind.
And Oana's got a thing about snakes, they'll probably take her in as well. Yeah. And they'll probably take Poppy in because she's got a thing about squirrels.
Bam.
Okay, back to the car. One last look through the park. We need to go this way. Here comes Poppy looking for the squirrel.
There is one that she missed.
She missed one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which I'm very happy for.
Here he comes.
Now this is what you've got to look for when you know a flint has been knacked. That bulb of percussion.
Yeah, we've seen that with all those other little flints.
The other ones have none of them have got it on. But that's the bulb of percussion.
Yeah, but the others
Now it's
don't
been
flake
cut.
naturally, do they?
Yeah, it's just been shattered.
I think they are the I mean, that's my view. I could be wrong and you could be right. I don't know.
No, I'm right on that one.
But I don't think that. Well, Eddie's talking about a piece of land which has got the biggest
Round Barrow
round barrow,
in the country.
and on the edge of the round barrow is literally thousands of shards of flint.
Little flakes.
Little flakes which to me look like they've been worked, the offcuts from a much bigger piece that they were crafting. Eddie thinks they're naturally occurring.
Totally natural, because you need to have that little bulb just on there like that. That bulb to actually know it's been struck. And all the other ones, I looked through them and they haven't got them.
Ah,
So
we'll have to recheck that.
easy and bulb of percussion, you know.
I gave her water.
Seriously, the only snakes you're likely to meet here have two legs, trust me. How's Poppy? What's she doing? Poppy,
Trouble.
are you being trouble again? Right, okay, now we're off. And he's ready to go. Okay, now we've arrived at a different part of Brandon. In fact, this is actually going out onto the old ancient heathland, part of which is what Brandon used to be made up from before the forest was planted by the Bliss family and thus created Thetford Forest. And this barrow that we're visiting is over 3,000 years of age. It is massive. And they never realised that they had it here until one day somebody actually dug a footpath through the barrow, and then they realised what they'd actually done. They'd dug through this very early primitive barrow. But anyway, with the footpath running through the middle, notwithstanding, we're going to wander through this section of Thetford Forest, and we're going to have a quick look around and see, with Eddie, who's going to point out the history of this site. Aren't you, Eddie?
I've got to try.
Now this is Heathland, which would have been principally what Brandon and what Thetford Forest as it is now would have looked like over, should we say, 200 years ago. Come on, Poppy. Come on then. Poppy is very, very chilled at the moment. She's not in a hurry at all. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the heathland and the barrow. Back in the sun again. It's that time of day. This is like early evening where you get that long casting shadow. Right here is where they cut through the middle of the ring of the barrow, exposing quite a lot of work, I think, on work flints. You can see where they've been, something's been struck against that flint. Let's have a wander through. There are many such flints here. I mean, whether Eddie can be right in what he's saying, I don't know. I think in the case of some of them, yeah, possibly. But stones like this, to me, look like they've been worked. And here we are. I think if you looked at the barrow from the air, you can actually see the way it's created, like a huge circular barrow. And through this particular section here, there's a massive hole, and it's full of worked flints, I think, or worked flints like this. I think that they are the dross, the bits that were chipped away from other pieces of flint, which they use for their tools, and of course they were used for the infill to create the Barrow. But I believe this is one of the largest of its type in the world. And if you look even further afield, sorry about the wind, unfortunately, it takes us back into more heathland, traditional heathland. This is all part of the nature reserve here. I think they keep sheep on here, which obviously keeps the grass cut. And of course the sheep don't like the tougher plants which grow here, the heathers. So yeah, this is quite a unique and very ancient landscape. I think the rest of the trail runs into Brandon Country Park, where we've just come from. Anyway, let's go back and see Eddie. Come on in, Poppy. Oh, the sun's come back again. So yeah, we're in a very spectacular piece of history. And now we're going over to Professor Edmund Malay of the Royal Horticultural Society and the Royal Archaeological Society.
None of those.
Look at that.
No bubble cushion. Sorry. There's no bubble cushion on it.
Of course there is. Look, it's all cut. Look, it's got a nice sharp edge to it.
Yeah, no bubble cushion.
I think I think these are all offcuts from workings.
No, that's worked.
And I think they're the infill that's been poured back into the barrel.
Bubble cushion on it.
Which it hasn't got, I'm afraid.
Look at that. Oh, you can use that actually.
Yeah.
You can use it, yeah, definitely.
You can have that. How about that, sweetie?
Nice, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, what are you going to tell us about this place, Eddie? I mentioned it's 3,000 years old and how they accidentally cut a path through it.
At the time, at the end of the actual Neolithic period, you got Stonehenge being built, and then entered Bronze Age period, 3,000 years old, and with that, this was probably built at the same time as Stonehenge. So, to give you a little idea how old the place is, it's the largest round barrow in the country, and sadly, as you say, as you already said, totally unknown about this track, what it was at the time, and that's when they actually found it.
I mean, look, you can actually see, I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? You've got this giant hump here.
Yeah,
How could nobody not see it, you
the thing
know?
about it is, this was all under trees.
Oh,
That's
there are
when
trees
cut-
over
when they
this.
cut the trees down.
Oh, right, in that case that would explain everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they cut the trees down. That's when they realised.
And they've enlarged the heathland there as well, haven't they?
Beautiful.
Is that the back track that takes you up to Brandon Park?
Yeah, you go straight the way up there.
And it takes you to the house and everything.
Then you take, when you get sort of midway through, that then take you to the left. Go to the left, then the left again, and then the right, and you're straight away back to Brandon Country Park.
It's amazing, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
And Poppy's certainly enjoying this, isn't she?
This was actually how it was at the time before the actual trees all got set.
Oh yeah, this is more like the natural landscape would have been, yeah.
This is exactly natural landscape.
So they preserved a piece of it to give people an idea of what it looked like.
Absolutely.
That's marvellous though, isn't
It's
it?
just so beautiful.
Anyway, well, thank you for taking us down here, Eddie. It's really, really cool.
It's gorgeous.
Poppy, are you enjoying it? Roll over if you're enjoying it, Poppy. Do a roll over if you're enjoying it. Do a big roll over. Yeah. There we go. That's the stuff. Well done, Poppy. Well, anyway, that's our little broadcast from the Brandon Heath Barrow, courtesy of Eddie Mallet,
Beautiful place.
who in no way is associated with Edmund Malay.
No.
No.
Sorry, Chris, but no. Well,
Okay.
it might be.
Anyway, I'm going off camera.